Tirta, a naive 16-year-old Dutch Moluccan girl, finds herself in a haunted mirror world of her entrapped ghosted sister. In order to set her sister free, she must face the truth about her colonial family history and therefore goes through stages of generational trauma.
Tirta is a 16-year-old Dutch Moluccan girl who grows up in in the colonial era of the Dutch Indies. She grows up without a mother and not knowing about the existence of her entrapped sister. She is raised by her drunk, neglecting father, who is a high-rank officer in the Dutch office. Tirta is a naive girl who longs for information about her mother and who closes her eyes for her family's traumas. As for her design, she is a round shaped with expressive eyes. Her colors are beige tones, which are very modest, and she wears a Western-inspired dress because she comes from the Dutch wealthy side of town. But to still tie her with her roots of her mother, we gave her a melati flower in her hair.
Wayu is Tirta's older sister, who is entrapped in order to keep her safe in her mother's mirror during an attack of the father. Wayu is the embodiment of grief and sorrow, but she must learn Tirta about their family history in order to be free. She's the red thread and guidance in Tirta's journey. She's a shapeshifter. She can vary from shape and place in a smoke-like way. We wanted her to still represent a big sister to Tirta, so even though she's evil, she still guides her in a teasing and evil way. The design of Wayu is triangle-shaped with harsh points and lines. Her face markings are inspired by Indonesian wayang dolls. Because she's entrapped for 16 years, she has to feel worn out. She wears a red dress based on a sarong, which is torn at the end. We gave her some cut markings on her arms and one over her heart because she feels betrayed and in pain.
For Wayu's Mirror World, we were inspired by Indonesian temples, traditional bamboo homes, and the beautiful jungle, and gave this a supernatural scary twist. The world is cold-colored because Wayu is alone. The red road is the red thread in the story. It's the road Tirta has to walk upon to understand her history. It also symbolizes her bloodline and the blood that is shed in colonial wars.
Our series is innovative because horror is not just our genre, but is interwoven in our story. We show Indonesian and Moluccan culture with a horror twist that's suitable for this generation. Think of batik prints coming to life in a unique way, barroom monsters haunting our main character, and traditional clothing repurposed for our story. We feel entrapped with Tirta in this landscape of dark colors with splashes of neon and smoke guiding our way through the story. This story is full of metaphors to colonialism and the pain that comes with it. It's a story about living in between cultures and generational trauma. It's for every teenager that's interested in decolonizing their mind and diving in one's history and culture in an exciting way.
In our 6-episode story, we will follow our main character through the different stages of grief they will encounter. This is a sort of a passion project come to life as a very serious investment and has become quickly a proof of concept for what we'd rather like to be a big series. We're a young group of animators in touch with the general audience and very much comfortable with the new technologies that are required in animation. This short series is catering mostly towards youth that is of a second generation immigrant family. We feel like this is a modern story to tell, which a lot of people can relate to, and especially at a young age can be a very confronting experience, which is also part of the reason why we chose horror as the subject, which is obviously very popular with the youth and also can inspire really intense feelings.